Hi everyone. Good evening. My time, Nigerian time. Welcome guys. Welcome Victoria. So I know our coaching call is 7, but I just thought to pop in early. Um for those that have the time to join early. Our coach is going to join us at 7, so that's absolutely not a problem. But I just thought to come in early and answer your questions. And, if you have anything you want to ask me at all, anything at all, whether about tech, about life, about tech up girls, about the foundation, about anything at all, I want to gist. So ask me any questions you might have, any at all. Hi, good evening. Hi, Abort. Hi, Oluwatoyin. Hi, Obile. Hi, Temwani. Nice to have you guys. Welcome. So, any questions for me before others join us and before we start the coaching call proper? If you have any questions for me, any at all. Hi, Oyinyechi. Good evening. Any question at all? Marriage, oh, life, oh, children, no, decision, no, anything at all. Ask me now. Ask me. I want to hear your questions. I want to answer. I'm not able to mentor you guys individually in your smaller groups. So let's do this. Kunda, good evening, ma. With all these things you've managed to accomplish, being a very busy woman, how do you manage to make time? Okay, I love that question very much. And that's why your course content included time management. The truth is that you cannot manage time. Time is time. No matter how you manage it, you cannot take back any second. Neither can you add to it. It's 24 hours, it's 24 hours, and it's for everybody. What you can do is you can maximize time. So, because I have core values for my life and I have my vision as well, it kind of has helped me maximize time better. So, because of my core values and my vision, there are things I say no to without an apology. I also work with planners a lot. I work with planners a lot. I'm answering Kunda's question. I'll answer everybody's question. I work with planners a lot. So usually before the start of the week, even before the month, most times I have a plan. For example, I know what I want to achieve in April for my business, for the foundation, for my personal. Like I already know, and I have put it in my book already. I have my book. I have papers. If you look at my back, you see I'm actually recording this from my bedroom. So you see, I have a board, and I also have kind of a notice board at my back. I write a lot, and you can't sit down, but there are tables just beside my bed. So I'm always writing. Then I leverage Google Calendar a lot. So, for example, March is very busy. I had many speaking engagements. I think I've spoken in more than 12. Not every all the engage. It's not all the engagements I put up online. So most people don't know. But there are some I also turned down. And so I knew before the March started, I was going to be busy in March. So I was speaking to a friend today, and he was like, "You're just really busy, and we're not able to see." I said, "See, all the things I'm doing in March, I already planned it since January, February. So I knew I was going to be busy. So when I was telling you I'll be busy, it wasn't a cliche. I wasn't just trying to fudge or trying to, how people will say I'm busy. I'm actually busy. So I do all of that. However, there's a few things that can thwart whatever plan I have. For example, if I feel really tired, for example, there are some things I was supposed to do today, and at a point I felt so uncomfortable. My stomach was uncomfortable. I was so tired. I don't know, I couldn't explain what I felt, but it felt like there was stones there. It was so heavy. I felt somehow. I picked my son up from school, so I just lay down, locked my door, and I just slept until I felt better. Right. So those things I didn't do them, but I most likely will sleep a bit later tonight to try to see how I can do them. Or I will email the clients to let them know that I'm sorry I wasn't able to deliver, but I'll deliver tomorrow. I actually have another speaking engagement tomorrow. So I have to find a way to squeeze it in. Then another thing or another person that can make me throughout my time is my son. If he needs me or something, I can leave every other thing I'm doing and I can be with him. So it's not perfect. Another thing that also helped me in maximizing time is I realized that I'm not Jesus Christ. I'm not Jehovah Jireh. I'm not anybody's God. So I can only do the part I can do. The one I cannot do, I'll tell you I cannot do it. Um I can't be everything to everybody. So me being able to say no, and also I've also realized that I'm also a human being, and I might not be able to get everything at the same time, but I can get, like I always tell people, you might not be able to get all that you want at the same time. You can get everything you want, but not at the same time, right? So I also understand seasons, and I'm not in a hurry. So most times the pressure most young people feel is that they're in a hurry. They want to accomplish this, want to accomplish that. To be honest, when I started Tech Up Girls, we were not even registered as a foundation. It's not like I had everything figured out. I didn't even know that we're going to go beyond Nigeria. I didn't know that someday we'll have, the plan was just 500 girls per quarter. Like they're just different. So um I wasn't in a hurry to become. I keep telling people I just clocked 30. I'm so young, Joe. You people should allow me. So when people bring up when I get married, I'm like, please, allow me. I'm not in a hurry to become. I'm very content with every season of my life, and I try to maximize it. So that doesn't put me under pressure. I just do what I have to do, and I think finally I'll end with this. There's a scripture that says, where Solomon says that God shall allow him bear his yoke in his youth. So I believe that I'm young and I'm vibrant. So sometimes I might not sleep for 6, 7 hours. I will not lie to you. I work very hard. I will not come and tell you blah 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 blah. It's a lie. I will not come and tell you I will not come and deceive you. Some people will just come and tell you to be honest, I don't sleep as much as that. I work very hard. The learning management system that you're assessing, your courses, the curriculum, and the one that did it all. No, nobody helped me. Oh. The strategy, the plan, putting together, verifying a lot of things. I actually do a lot. So, and you can imagine if I'm able to do all those things, that means you know how many sleepless nights that I have and how many days I have to wake up earlier than others. So I make sacrifices. I'll just tell him my Saturday that see my skin is looking fresh, oh. And to think that I've not even had the time to rub any cream in days. I just have my bath and I just leave. Only maybe one or two occasions I had to clean engagement, I just made up. Other ones I did not make up anything. I just turned my screen to black and white and I was doing my thing. It's just how busy I've been, right? And to be honest, that kind of schedule has cost me some things. Things like there are times I might not eat well. Another thing again is I have help, so I don't really cook. I have help, and also like I'm having this call with you. My son is not here because there are people he's playing with, and they're taking care of him while I'm here with you. So I have help. I'm not very domesticated, so I have more time to do my brain work. I don't wash clothes. I only clean my room. I don't really clean the house. I don't clean compound. Those things are outsourced or others help. Either they are paid for or other people do them. That's why I'm able to have time to do my brain work. So Kunda, I hope I was able to answer your question. Chisa said, what steps did you take to discovering your purpose? I think Chrissy answered that question in the last coaching call. You discover it. I love how you answer the question discover. The word you discover is not identified. And to be honest, I've done many things. So I've done photo modeling, I've done virtual assistant, I've done sales girl, I've done call rep. In fact, there was a time in my life that anything you ask me, I knew somebody that can do this. I'll say I can do it. Yes, I've done many things, but in doing all those things, I discovered the ones that I could not do. So in doing those things, I realized that no, this is not for me. I don't want to do this anymore. There are some that were so bad that I felt no matter how much you're paying me, I'm not doing it. There are some that I felt, oh, let me really make enough money from this so I can move on to something else. Social media management is good, and I started with it, and it made me some money that helped me upskill. But to be honest, I didn't like social media management. I like to work back end. Social media management, I felt there were so many unrealistic expectations from clients. The pressure was too much and all of that. And to be honest with you, Chisa, it's just recently that I really decided that I knew that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. For years, I have struggled. I've done so many things. Even when I said take up girls, I'll still be doing all of them. Um, Web development, DevOps, cloud engineering, AWS. Like, you can't imagine how many courses I've taken. You can't imagine how many products and how many things I have access to. I will not be like, how can I have all these skills? I'm not even maximizing them. I've done a certification in product management, project management. I've done many things. But that's why there's Eshet Kai Club. Eshet Kai Club is a club that I'm just going to start up in April 1st. And in that club, it's a community of beautiful, strong women. It's not free, but I've been running away from mentoring. I wasn't interested in mentoring anybody because I felt, especially for life, I felt I was still trying to figure out a lot of things. So allow me, let me not come. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to paint what is not there. So let me be doing all the things. My life is even very busy. But thank God that not too long ago, I was able to really identify who I was or who I am and what I should be doing. And for the first time, even though entrepreneurship is not easy, I embraced it with my full chest. In fact, as at November last year, I already said I wanted to get a job. I put the salary, and guess what? When I wanted to get the job this year, I got the job, I got the salary I wanted, and even a little bit more. But I was frustrated. I didn't have peace. Everything was just somehow. And eventually, I had to resign. It took me a while, but I just realized, no, this is not what I want to do. Now, this is what I want to do. Yes, there are risks, but this is it. Like, I just knew when you get to it, you will know that this is it. Like, this is it. I've hit it. So in the Ashes Carry Club, I'm going to be working with women, just women and young women. I'm particular about age, 21 and above. I don't really think I want people younger because I think you should explore, you should make mistakes, do some things and find out it's not for you. It's very okay. It helps. So it's not a free, it's a paid mentoring program where we'll work and every day, and you should buy. It's a 90 days program but renewable, so if you want to do another 90 days with me, you can. But I feel in 90 days you should have been able to identify your purpose, you should have been able to build a vision, identify your vision, know what your assignment is at that point in your life, as well as develop a plan for that assignment. But don't sit around waiting to discover your purpose, Biko. Please be doing whatever you're doing. You will find out the ones you don't want and the ones that you want. I hope I answered that, Chisa. Bubile, I hope I pronounced that right. He said, how do you manage your days because your dedication is top tier? I have a schedule. I work with a schedule, so I have my stuff. And if it's not in my schedule, it's very hard. I'm very rigid though. I can be very strict. If it's not there, it's not there. If it's not there, you didn't tell me yesterday. You can't just bump into me and tell me you want me to do something. I won't do it. I'm very strict like that. So that's how I do it. I have my schedule and I work with it. And I use Google Calendar a lot. It reminds me, um, hey, you have to do this. Like, I have so many reminders on my phone that is always pumping me there. Um, Now, in as much as I'm reading in my schedule, there are also times that I just shut it down and I go to bed. Then I'm very driven. So I'm good at deep work. I can sit down at something that is what I want to do, and until I'm done, I won't stand up from it. So that's how I'm able to. When I looked at my what were achieved between January and March, it blew my mind. I could not even believe it. I could not believe it. But really, that's it. I'm also self-driven. So another thing is, I don't wait for people to come and tell me, excellence, do this. Hey, try now. Some people, they like people to tell them what to do, or they like assignments. You don't have to give me assignment to do what I have to do. I am self-driven, and that's what has helped me. Now, I know most people are not wired to be self-driven, but I always encourage people that try to grow to that extent. Try to get to a point where you motivate yourself. When I wake up in the morning, I watch YouTube videos or I play podcasts. It helps me wire my mind. I also sometimes play meditation music to reconfigure my brain. Then when I start doing, I try to do school runs, prepare my son for school. I always love the worship atmosphere. So I put the worship and I'm doing that while I'm maybe quickly trying to send mails or check my mails before he wakes up. So I'm preparing, he prepares his meal every morning. So I'm preparing his meal. And then once I'm done and I've packed his lunch bag, I can now wake him up to have his bath. And then um that one doesn't take long and we're done. And then I come back. When I drop him off from school, I come back, immediately have my bath and I start my day. And also, I do not have a boyfriend, so there's nobody to talk to for 4 or 5 hours per day. Relationship can also have that effect on people. I had to say that. So maybe that's why I have more time. I don't know. Tamai said, question on week 2 project. If we mistakenly submitted Twitter profile of link, how does it mean there's no way any point? No, we finished marking week 2 project. We are not marking again. No, we're not marking again. We're done. We're done. um after redesigning the website and publishing, does it automatically send to Google? Yes, it does, but it might not publish on the first page. There's something called search engine optimization. Google search is a search engine, and so you want to optimize it for search. There's some things you might need to put up. So except you specifically search for that thing, if you search on Google, you might not exactly see it. So like I said, this program is a basic program. So I expect most of you to go and do more learning. I'm just literally putting your foot with you to your ankle in water, but I want to see you swim. So it doesn't automatically send to Google, but then it's live. So if you www it, publish it. If you www search for it, you should be able to find it. But it might not be easily popped on search until you've done search engine optimization. Good evening, madam. I like to be called Excellence, by the way. Please, I have a question concerning our last lesson. Please, can I add the links of my social media accounts to the website? Absolutely, you can. Yes, yes, and you should. You should add them to your website. Should I do a web design course? I don't know. It's a lot to teach you on websites. No, I'm not doing. I didn't ask you. I withdraw my question. I'm not doing. I'm not doing now. Why? Thank you so much. This is encouraging. That was very sad that you were really, really there. All right. Okay. Thank you, Kunda. That means I answered your question. Okay. I'm looking for another question. Welcome, Samuel Victory. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Daniela. Welcome, Favorite. Welcome, but what's the name again? Batsena. So I'm taking questions. Would you advise us to volunteer? And what have been some of the highlights come from volunteering experience? So, yes, I really advise you to volunteer. With volunteering, I one thing that's helped me is I was able to set boundaries. So with volunteering, actually in these days where they will not really give you a job, they'll ask you what you have done. When I looked for volunteer, I'm very specific on what I want to get from it. So most times there are two things. Number one, I want to get the work experience. Number two, I want the person I'm volunteering for to be like a referee for me. Like when I'm trying to get a job, I want you to be able to put a good work for me to say that I can do this job or to refer me to people. And so I'm very careful of volunteering from people. Some people are too selfish that when they start volunteering for them, and most times, especially if the volunteering is free, they don't want you to go. They want you to keep being there, and they keep using you and they're not ready to pay you. And when it comes to volunteering as well, you have to be sure what you want. You might also be that person that, oh, I'll volunteer for you for 1 month. And after the 1 month, if my job is good, I will not mind if we negotiate a pay. Do you understand? And up till now, there are still some organizations or some people I volunteer with just for the fun of it for like 1 2 hours daily, because there are some opportunities that once you have volunteering experience or leadership, it really helps, especially for somebody like me that especially for somebody like me that is that had a graduate with a tutu, right? Volunteering has really helped me. It has boosted my CV. I think my CV right now it's almost 10 pages. um but you see, not all of those roles were paid. So I would advise you to volunteer. And when you're volunteering, don't take it casual, take it serious. And also make sure you're volunteering for the right cause. Make sure it's something related, even if it's social media management. Try to have it. You might want to, if you agriculture or health, something related to you, right? And please do it right and make sure you take your lessons, take account because you're building your portfolio. So record everything that you're doing, make sure that you have it into account so it will make sense. Volunteering is very beautiful, and I feel it's a way of sowing a seed that God will always pay you back. That's what I feel. My thoughts. Um, Abbott, please, why did you decide to coach people? What brought about the desire to equip young individuals? Oh, Abbott, that is a long story. Unfortunately, I can't share it here right now because we have 7 minutes to, yeah, 7 minutes to the start of the coaching call. But I think I'll just record a YouTube video and share it. Would that make sense? I think I will. I used to do that in previous cohorts during our coaching call, but I'm sorry I didn't do that with you guys. I'm very sorry. Um, I will do that. I can't answer that now. It's really long. I don't want to talk out of context. I really like you to understand where I'm coming from and why I do what I do. Okay. About week 5, do you have to practice immediately because I don't have a laptop? No, you don't. That's why we said you can have a phone or a laptop, but you have access to the course till mid August. So you can actually practice before then. Right? Um, if we got picked to be ambassadors, what are our responsibilities? You will know if you get picked, I'll definitely communicate to you, send you a letter, we'll have meetings, know everything that is expected. We've actually already peaked. Well, we're already in the selection process, almost literally done with selecting main ambassadors. You all are ambassadors anyway. So yeah. Um. So does not having week 2 mark affect receiving certificate at the end of the boot camp? So Temoni, everyone that completes the course is going to receive, and you do your final assessment in week 6. From Sunday, it's going to be open. You're going to receive a certificate of completion. Everybody, you can download that from your from the learning management system. Once you complete your final assessment and you pass, you download. If you don't pass, you have to take it again until you pass. You download the certificate. However, all these projects you have done, sorry, I'm hearing myself. However, all these projects you have done, all these assignments, all these marks you are collating is for those that will get a certificate of excellence, and those that when they come to us, like somebody reached out to me today, please, I need a social media manager. That's where I'll first go and check. Is somebody there that qualifies before any other person is going to hear about it? So we'll prioritize them with opportunities, and they will get what we call a certificate of excellence. That one is not on learning management system. That one we're going to email directly to them. Okay. What has been your driving force or motivation, and what do you do when you feel there's a lot to be done but you have limited time? My driving force is the fact that I don't want. I experience so much pain, so much frustration, so much. I thought my life was gone. Um, 2 times I've literally been confronted with death. One with Med syndrome, and Med syndrome does not have a cure. And it literally going to incapacitate me and mean I could not do anything ever again. I could not talk, I could not really work, I could not control my sight. It was really bad. That was the first one. The second one, I attempted suicide. I hung myself on the roof and I pushed the table off my leg and I was bleating like a goat. If my neighbor did not break into the house, if she broke maybe a minute later, maybe you will not see excellence here today. So God saved me from that and also eventually healed me. So Merch syndrome that doesn't have a cure, God healed me, and see, I can talk to you today, I can smile. At that time, smile was pain. I'll feel pain because my muscles were acting on its own. It was so bad, and I was only 25. And so I'm so rugged and determined with what I do because I feel this is a second chance to life and I'm going to live fully. So I live like I don't have the next minute, as well as I live for posterity and legacy like I have 100 years. And I really do not want girls to go through what I went through. I know what it is to be a woman without money of your own. I saw me. Nigeria was saying me. Igbo was saying me. I suffered. I suffered with my son. I suffered. And digital skills gave me away. Digital skills helped. I'm a medical lab scientist. Medical lab science did not give me the opportunity digital skills gave me. So digital skills gave me away, and I'm sorry, digital skills gave me away, and so today I have um um I have an opportunity. I had a way, and I'm determined to make sure. I say, Satan, you see, Pepe, that God delivered me from this. I'm going to help other women as well, so they don't have to go through what I went. I went through a terrible marriage, literally almost ruined my life, but God. So that's why I do what I do, and that's why I'm helping girls. What do I What do I do when I feel there's a lot to be done, but I have limited time? I just do what I have to do. If you notice, everything I do with urgent attention. If I want to do anything, I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. I'm doing it now. I don't wait for people. I have every reason to say I won't hold any tech up girls until I get grants. I have every reason to say until I get donations. I don't wait. Mm-mm. I don't wait. If it comes, it comes. And that's why I tell people, if you want to support, fine. If you support, I will be very grateful. If you don't support, I will still do what I want to do. It might not be in the form I want. It might not be so big. It might not be as I desire, but I will do it. I will do it anyway. So I do it anyway. I just do it. I just do it. I'm just that's how I am, because I know what it is to I hope I answered you. Your question is similar to what this girl asked. I'll just do a video for it for you guys later to know how I started. Are you open to partnership with other organizations advocating for declared inclusion? Absolutely, I am. But I'm even speaking to some people already. But some are asking me for money. We don't have money. Oh. The way I'm able to plan this thing out is because I'm doing most of the things myself. Nobody should send me any proposal that involves money. Oh. We don't have. We too are looking for money. It's not even funny. It's the outside work I do. If I tell you how much, just this week we paid $400 for that learning management system you're taking your courses. It's from my pocket. Ha, please oh. Yeah, we're open to partnerships and collaborations, but please don't send partnerships to request for money. We don't have that. We don't have cash yet. We are not a grant making organization. We don't give out money cash. We don't have that yet. Please, I have a question concerning our last lesson. Please, how can I add links to my social media accounts on the website? You have to. We are not recording another lesson again, no. I can't explain to you that here. It's something practical, and I can't explain to you. Ma, how do we source for organizations to volunteer? So check. There are many organizations on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and most of these people always call for volunteers. So they might not call. You might just need to send them an email or write them that you want to work with them. Maybe you love the work they're doing and specify why you want to do that. Please, ma, can wants to register for the Make That? Yes, you can. A lot of people sent me mails. Unfortunately, I couldn't reply to all of you that I should please give them to remote end for salaries. I could not reply to most of you, but what I did was I just left it open for you guys. So yes, you can. Maybe tomorrow I'll just announce it that it's still open, that I accepted your appeal. So yes, you can still register. So our coach is here already. Um Veronica, please, ma, what can you give someone dealing with self-doubt? Oh, I can give plenty things, but I'll first tell you, go and watch the networking coaching call with Barrister Favor, and I think Chrissy also addressed it. No, I even think Dr. Babajide addresses. Go and watch previous coaching calls. There are answers there, but unfortunately, I can't answer now. About the tax that someone has to invest $10, how can she send it because she doesn't have? She does it have. Colombe, your question is not clear. Please, can you email me? Um, Ma, what do you do when your boss keeps abusing you verbally? What do you do in that case? Resign. Your sanity is more important, and by the time they keep putting you down and abusing you, before you know it, you begin to believe what the abuser is saying. I know sometimes you don't have an alternative, so you want to stay there, but I don't encourage that. Leave. We're usually afraid. We hold on to what we have because we think that we might not get something better. But it's usually a lie. You usually get something better if you do the work. Please leave that environment. It's not wholesome. Um, Mental health, va? Then why we try. I'll share the story. Don't worry, I'll do a recording for you guys and just before the end of the course so that you can just go and watch it on YouTube. We can't do that tonight. Okay, I can't take any more questions. Ah, I can't take any more questions. I'm sorry. So thank you everyone for coming. Everybody is coming in. Welcome, welcome. Let's reintroduce ourselves. Hi, Rota from Zambia. Hi, hi, Pretty from Kaduna. Hi, Sorelli. Hi, Gift. So, can you guys just hint to your group members that we're live and we're ready to start? Just tell them to come on board. And if you're just joining us, please do well to introduce yourself and tell us where you're joining us from. Welcome, 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 guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome, Elizabeth. How is my degree today? Welcome, Eunice. How is Akure? Welcome, welcome, Blessing. Welcome, hi, Scalaba. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. So I told you guys that today's coaching call is going to be unusual. I absolutely love the topic. I really love the topic. It's very important and critical for Tech Up Girls. Um, Irene, welcome. I'm beginning to love Zambia. It's like I'll just ship myself to that place one of these days because you guys are just giving me too much joy. I want to come to Zambia. Who is going to invite me? Um, so hi, Chinese. So Chinese is my friend. Let me even spotlight her. She's my friend and she's a doctor and she's been doing amazing. So I've spotlighted her. She's in essay at the moment. Thank you for coming. All right. So I'll come to Zambia. If you should invite me, if I come and bundle me. So we have something unusual today. We have two amazing women with us that are going to be taking us today. Our major coaching call is on finances your lifeboat, but over the next 5 minutes, we're going to be having Miss Ayomide speak to us on something about the tech up ladies blockchain. So I've been seeing applications for the tech up ladies, but I feel most people do not even understand what the blockchain is about. Most people do not understand what it's about, and so I've brought her. She's the tutor. She's the tutor for um she's a tutor for blockchain for the tech up ladies, and I just want you to experience her a bit. She's my friend, she's my mama, she's amazing, and she's one of the fires in that space, and I feel we are so privileged to have her. So I'll just give her the floor. Please, let's give her a tech up girls welcome. Let's give her a tech up girls
Hello.
welcome. Wally, hi Sarah. Welcome,
Hello.
welcome, Ayo.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so
Thank
much.
you very much. Yeah. So let
So
me
you
check
have
my
the floor
microphone.
for the next 5 minutes.
5
Yes, we can
minutes.
hear you.
You can hear
We
you.
can
All
hear
right.
you.
Good. Good.
Yes.
Good. So I actually prepared for this in form of a presentation, and but I'm just here to tell us about the good news of blockchain.
Yeah, you will
And
come again. You come again. You'll come
okay.
again. Yeah, yeah, you'll
All
come
right.
again. So
All right. All right. But hi, thank you so much for this privilege and opportunity to meet wonderful people in Nigeria and outside the shores of Nigeria in Africa. It's nice to meet everyone, and I hope to make good use of the 5 minutes. It's a short time to talk about blockchain. But before I do that, I think one of my team members wants to join. Can I have the link to the YouTube live sent to me, please? Okay.
oh, I thought I already sent it. Let me check.
Right.
Oh wow,
All right.
okay. I'll send it to you in a bit now.
All right. So while I wait for that, I want this to be as interactive as possible. I'm here to talk about blockchain and my journey because I love stories, and I think that telling my story has inspired so many people to journey along in this blockchain train. Blockchain isn't a new technology like so many people since or imagined it to be. Thank you. Got it. Just a minute, guys. Okay, yeah, we're good. All right. So blockchain isn't as new as we all imagined it to be. Blockchain has been tried several times over the years to see the possibility of making it through, especially the cryptocurrency side. But so let me sell blockchain to you in 5 minutes, right? and but we will go through this story. So I'm going to tell two stories, and we will end. The first story is about the journey of web, Web 1.0, Web 2.0, Web 3.0, which is the decentralized system. And the internet itself is a networking infrastructure that connects devices together, while the World Wide Web is a way of accessing information, right, through the medium of internet. And Tim Berners was the first that proposed the idea of web information in 1989. And Web 1 was just for a few people creating web pages. Now I think in my last cohort I opened up the page for Web 1, and so many of so many of our students just started laughing. And now that we are in it, we can't imagine life or how we were coping, in the Web 1 age, where everything was just read only, right? And then Web 2 came in and brought in applications, and it is basically the description of variety of websites and applications that allow anyone to create and share online information, right, or materials that they have created. And the key element of this technology is that it allows people, right, to create, share, collaborate, and communicate. I know we have TikTokers in the house, and several use cases that we have been enjoying the web too. But because of my time, I'm not going to dive into that so much. But a set of people came together and they've seen this problem from afar, and they noticed that gradually the people that are going to be enjoying the infrastructure of web 2 are going to be limited. They are going to be the creators of these websites, they're going to be the creators of these applications, and they will be the one enjoying 90% of the monetary gains, right? And we are the ones supplying them data. So a group of people came together and say, how can we decentralize and ensure that everybody that is engaged in the website system stands to gain something, so that this structure of the web, to where the creators of this website or these applications are the sole people that benefits from this technology. And then Web3 came in, which is the backbone of decentralization. Decentralization means that nobody owns anything. It's a sheer form of what? Of ownership. So, and how are we creating a sheer form of ownership? You know, Web3 ensures that everybody can read and write, execute webs, as seen in the former web. So Web3 has not come to swallow up whatever it is in Web 1 and Web 2 is still existing. It's just a progressive improvement of the technology. And but this is a web built by creating a decentralization in internet services. Now, let me give you a touching story. In 2021, I was part of the ETH 2021 Global Hackathon, where my team happened to win two prizes, and in very substantial amount of dollars. And We were working on a music streaming services, and I was the major, of course, part of, aside from developing, I was the major researcher for our project. And I discovered that it is really terrible, the ratio at which the owners of applications and the owners of data in forms of songs, in forms of artworks and everything, the ratio those things are being shared is really, really pitiable. That's just the word. People can come and record labels can come sign in somebody, and it was the person that was actually singing, dancing, doing all the stuffs that made people really fall in love with that kind of song. And at the end of the day, the sharing formula between the record label and the artist is just not agreeable, right? And also, our major streaming services, for example, maybe Spotify, the ratio of sharing formula between the owners of the data and the services themselves are not just agreeable to the same society. But this is a system that Web2 has created to monopolize, monopolize and ensure that a certain set of people are the main beneficiaries of the system. Now, we in the process of that hackathon, we created something, application, a DApp. So in Web3, we don't call it applications, we call it decentralized applications. So we call it DApp. So we created the DApp where streaming services, people can stream their music on the blockchain, and once they are streaming, they are being paid live. So if you're streaming a song for 3 minutes, and people came to stream that song maybe 3 or 4 times, you're going to be paid instantaneously as much as they are streaming it straight into your wallet, straight into your in cryptocurrencies, of course. And this has opened up so many breaking so many edges in world system, in the world ecosystem. And this will push me into I think my time is up, but let me quickly round up by going into what actually makes a blockchain so special. I'm going to tell my story. We have the three major sides of blockchain that everybody's familiar with. We have the decentralized or autonomous organization. We have, which is the DAO. We have the non-fungible tokens, and we have cryptocurrencies. Ah, okay. So this topic is gonna take me like forever, but I'm going to dwell on decentralized autonomous organizations because that was where I got my first job. So now to my story. I started developing in 2021. And how I got there, I was so frustrated about the trend of things and how things are going. And I know everybody have their story and what attracted them to technology, right? I found my way into the tech community, and after going through the developers course, the Web2, a short course on Web2. Then I moved to Web3, and precisely Solidity, because Ethereum arguably is the father of so many of the blockchains that we have now. And I came to discover that because this is a new niche, so many opportunity lies here. How I got my first job as a community manager in Aragon, decentralized autonomous organization. And as at that time, the ecosystem is still new, and they're trying to put in structures and looking for staffs, to join the queue. And one of my colleagues at that time just asked me, "Oh, sorry, we need somebody that can actually manage the system of communication in our social media, create content and everything. But the person has to have an understanding of how, you know, blockchain works or Web3 works." And I looked up, down, side, nobody, nobody around me, like absolutely nobody. And that struck me like, oh my goodness, there are opportunities in this new technology. And bearing in mind that we in Africa here, or probably all over the world, there's a challenge of employment now, and people are literally struggling to survive. And so many of the career paths that we are aware of now are practically munched up, and new career paths are being created. I don't want to divert and talk about AIs, but we know that AIs is practically collecting some people's job, right? And as it is collecting somebody's job, it is also creating job for others. That's what I keep telling people that ask me about what my stance is about AI. Back to blockchain technology. So as at that time, my younger brother was staying with me. So I just called him like, "What do you know about?" He said he has heard about cryptocurrency, he has heard about Bitcoin. It's like, no, that's not what I mean. So I had to do a crash course on Web3 for him, do a crash course because as at that time he has been looking for a job for quite some time. He's a graduate, and I had to do a crash course on him, and okay, just pushed him to the interview, and miraculously, he got in and he started learning. And this has been done to so many people around me, and introduced to the Web3 and to blockchain technology, and that is how their career path started, and they've been moving from one job to another better place. And I'm going to end here, and that is, you have to first, with my very very familiar quote, that the illiterate of the first century is someone who cannot learn and unlearn and relearn, right? So we all have to take the bulls by the horn, to learn something new, right? To unlearn what we know and to also relearn. I'm relearning some things because when I went for my developers camp, there's so many other things in technology. We know in tech as a developer, so many things evolve, so many things changes. The Node.js that we're using in 2015 is not the same Node.js we're using now. It has an upgrade every time. So I'm going to put it stop here before excellence come and snatch the mic away from me.
Oh wow, that was so beautiful. Who else was enjoying that session? It was just so good. I hope you guys are enjoying the session as much as I was. Thank you so much. That was just so, it was just so interesting. Like
Thank
so
you.
interesting.
Thank
Um,
you.
so she's actually going to be coming on board with us live after by next week. Yes, Yvonne, you're on the roll. So she's going to come about live after when we're done with the Tech Up girls to really talk about more about blockchain. I want you to make an informed decision when you're choosing your path in case you want to go to tech up ladies, or even if you don't want to go for tech up ladies, if by chance you want to take any course outside the Tech Training Incubator Foundation. We are wrapping up with Tech Up Girls this cohort, and it's been an exciting ride with over 1,300 of you. We had like 1,500, we're ending 1,300. And for those looking to take their digital skills to the next level, Tech Up Ladies Bootcamp is open for registration. And we have data analytics, UI, UX, blockchain, and they are beginner friendly. You see how she was just introducing it from the basics. They are beginner friendly, portfolio based learning experience, and it's actually a perfect way for you to start your journey in the tech industry. Blockchain very soon, even with elections, they're going to be using blockchain technology and so many things with education. It's a new area and it's a thriving area, and you're in best hands. So she's going to be coming again with more extensive, but I needed her to come give you an idea because most people were wondering what's blockchain. What's blockchain? What's blockchain? Is it cryptocurrency? Are we going to be selling dollars? Okay, so that's what she's here for. Thank you so much, Ayor. I will also share her link with you guys so that you can actually follow her up and ask her questions if you have any, right? So to not take so much of our time, I'm bringing up Miss Temi right away. Welcome, Miss Temi. Are you there?
Hi, Excellence.
Okay.
Yes, I am. I'm here.
Welcome. So we've shared her bio, and you already have her bio. I don't want to take so much of our time. I understand that Ramadan has started, and so most of you will have to rush in and out or something. So, you have the floor, Miss Temi.
Thank
And
you, Excellence. Thank you. Tech
please,
and
one
Training.
more thing. One more
Okay.
thing. Today is Miss Temi's birthday. It's her
Oh,
birthday. So please, can you guys just celebrate her? She is a phenomenal wealth coach. Please celebrate her. Please celebrate
thank
her. Wish her a
you.
happy birthday. Then
Thank you
if you
so
have
much.
questions about blockchain, thank God Miss Ayo is back. I thought we lost her for a bit, but she's back. So Miss Temi's session is just for about 30 minutes, thereabout. Then you ask questions. If you have questions for Miss Temi or for Miss Ayo on blockchain, you're going to ask just after Miss Temi's session. So whoever you want to throw your questions to, you can when you're done. So please help me wish Miss Temi a very happy birthday. Mr. B, can you see the comments by the side?
Yeah. I was actually waiting for you to finish speaking before I address that. Thank you so much, Excellence. Thank you, Tech Train Incubator Foundation. Yeah, it's been an awesome journey, right? Yeah, all my life actually I've been it has been all about finance, when you when you actually made that decision while in fact I think while from secondary school, but it became clear in university that I'm going to be in the finance space. So I went ahead, had my BSc in finance, my MSc in finance, my second MSc in financial technology, and right now I'm running up with my PhD program. But I would tell you that there was a time that I need to take it back. And when I took it back, what I actually did was to join Techie Train Institute. I think I should be one of the first first set of this institute actually. Yeah, so I don't care what you're doing right now. I don't know if you're already finding your footing. It's not too much. I was sharing with Excellence last year how I got a side gig of $340 per month, just for me to help the person post on social media, because what I learned from that institute that time was social media management, and it has helped me. In fact, it helped me to get my job into the finance space, because nobody wants to employ you based on your certificate alone. People want to know what skill you have, and the more you educate yourself, the more the more you renew your mind, the more you become productive to any organization. So all that the techie trainings that has put together for you guys is so much, really is so much. And coming again to see blockchain being talked about, wow. Please don't sleep on it. Take up everything. Eat it like you're eating spaghetti. Yeah, that's how it should be. Thank you once again. Thank you, everyone. Without wasting time, I'll just go straight into what we have today. Is a very lovely thing. See, I'm looking at everybody that is on this call, and I'm already seeing future billionaire women that will be topping, big list, under 35, under 30, under 40, doing great things. But I tell you sincerely, if you don't know how to manage your money, when that time comes, you will actually be appearing big to people when your account is actually, is empty. So you don't allow anybody to make you feel they are doing well in quotes, whereas actually they are not managing their finances well. Because to manage finance goes beyond I'm good as a doctor or I'm good in my field. You can be, in fact, you can be a financial person and yet you are still struggling. I have clients that are accountants actually, and they are still struggling to manage their finances. So it's just like that. So just give me some time. Let me see if I will be able to share my screen. Okay. Please, I'm coming. Let me see. All right. So I just opened it. Okay. So let me know when you guys can see my screen. Let me know when you can see my screen is coming up. So tonight we are talking about a financial plan, your boat to sorry please. I was thinking this slide will come up. A financial plan, your life's boat. I'm sorry about that. A financial plan, your life's boat. I don't know if I'll be able to control the slide from my screen here. If not, I will control it from my hand. I only hope they connect, right? All right, it's still loading. Okay, so as I was saying, tonight we are looking at a financial plan, your life's goals. Now, let me start by saying that, okay, we have some learning objectives from this course or from this webinar actually. That tonight we are going to learn about money personalities, how you should write down your goals, budgeting, the power of planning in terms of setting smart goals, building an emergency fund, how to diversify your portfolio, how you should start a side also, how you can invest in personal development, and how important it is for you to join a finance community. Because I'm not able to see you guys comment again, I'll be toggling between my screen and okay, you said you guys can see my screen now. Okay, cool. Oh, thank you so much. So that works now. I can see you guys and I can see my screen. All right. So, like I was saying, financial plan, let's go back to the heading. Like, financial plan is your life's boat. So, just imagine that you are going somewhere, because I have several people on this call tonight, right? I've seen people from, wow, I've seen people from South Africa, people from different corners of the world, and I'm just so happy for what Turkey Trade Institute is doing for you guys. I'm so happy about it. Now, imagine that you are going to a particular country you have never been before, right? And you don't have a map to get to that country. How do you want to get there successfully? I'm sure if you have gone through road, you would have reached, eat different places that you don't even need to touch. So the financial plan is like a road map to your life, right? It's like a roadmap to your destination. It's like a roadmap to the kind of life that you desire. A lot of you are on this screen this night, and I'm going to just ask you one question, right? That probably most people that are on this call, let me say maybe the highest age here will be age 40. I'm going to ask you, when do you plan when do you plan to retire? I normally have session in 2022. I had more than or I had a client session, personal client session, where I help people to plan their finances, more than 100 people. And people that I actually met in all these calls, most of them are people of age 25. In fact, I have one client that is age 22. I have one that is age 20. Hey, God, I don't want to bust you guys bubble. I have people that are earning. I have somebody that is actually still in university, and she's earning. The last time we spoke, she was earning $7,000 per month, right? So we have people. So it's not this is not about let me wait till when I get to when I graduate from school, or when I eat my first. No, start from where you are right now, because the opportunity is just there, right? I know it's not going to be everybody, right? It's not going to be all of us are not going to move at the same pace, but your own pace might be different from another person. So imagine somebody who is already age 22 earning $7,000. Hey, what are you talking about? The person does not need to work till age 60, except the person loves to actually work. So what do I advise such people? I think at the end of this course, at the end of this webinar, if I have the opportunity, I'm going to share with you a magic sheet. After you see that magic sheet tonight, I'm sure a lot of you are going to take your finances serious. Can you imagine that 100,000 naira saved from age 30 can actually give you 200 million naira, by age 60? I'm telling you that. I'm sorry I'm speaking in naira. Yes, but I know you guys will be able to relate. In this life, it's not everybody that is doing. I must show my hard labor. I must show I'm hardworking. Please, I'm not doing hardworking girl again. I want to do soft girl lifestyle. How many people are with me in this? I want to live in a soft girl life thing, right? And I'm sure a lot of you want to do that, right? So it's very important that you take this session serious. Now, I'm talking about the first thing that makes it difficult for people to even know who they are. Number one thing is that you must know who you are. Who are you? And that takes me to that, which is money personality. Now, I'm saying something like, I'm not hearing anything, network issue. Please, Excellence, let me confirm that you can hear me and there is nothing wrong with network on my end. Now, let's talk
Yes, we
about.
can hear you. Nothing is
Thank
wrong with you.
all right. All right. Thank you so much. All right. So the first personality. How many of you are here? If you know you are a spender, if no matter how you have, this is not the first time some of you are hearing about planning your finances or doing all of that. But you just know that you are a spender. Not you just don't just pass don't just pass Instagram street. You will see something to buy. Don't just hear your friend announcing something. You will see something to buy. Hey, who are these people? Are you a spender? If you're a spender, let me see your comments. If you're a spender, if you know you are the type that money does not last in my hand, I must spend it. I have clients that they will save. Oh, they will not come and say to me, I feel like spending this money. I say, the goal has been aborted. So, what category are you actually? The second kind of people, they had the giver. You know, these ones, ha, oh my God. If they gather money today like this, they will give it to people. They are always the merciful, the good, the kind. Maybe they are your elder sisters, they are your uncles, right? They give. You know, my dad was my dad, he's still a giver. My dad gave to the level that we had nothing anymore. So I don't know which category you are. You're like, oh, God has given us so that we can bless people. So you know you're a cheerful giver, my baby. Sorry for using the word baby, but you're a cheerful giver, my girlfriend. All right. Who are these people? Somebody said I'm a spender, I'm a giver. Then we have another kind of people. They are the saver. Another name for these people, they are the ones that they are called stingy. Because actually they tend to save a lot. I think I fall more. I'm a bit of a saver and a giver. I'm a saver in the sense that I can keep anything. If you keep something with me and say to me, please let me keep it. I'm telling you, the thing can do with me with 1 year. I have kept money to the level that rats ate money in my home. So I'm like that. I'm like that kind of person. I can save. I can save money as well. Then we have these unique people. They are the investor. My God, anywhere they see opportunities like this, they want to invest. Talk about agri, they are there. Talk about stock, they are there. Talk about bond, they are there. Talk about mutual funds, they are there. Hey, do we have investors in the house? I'll be so glad to actually learn about them. We have them on this call. Is there any investor at all? Any investor? Everybody's a spender. Everybody's a spender. If you are spending, what do you want to eat at retirement? Okay, Precious says she's an investor. No, he's here. If I pronounced that correctly, so I'm between a giver and a saver. All right. Whatever you are just you are unique. You cannot change who you are, really. Either you're a spender, or you're a giver, or you're a saver. That's how God has created you. That's how your system is wired. But do you know that if you don't put, even if you're an investor and you don't put strategy, you don't have a plan to your life, I'm telling you, all that you are laboring for will eventually go down the drain. Yes. So you can end up spending, and by retirement, you'll be begging for food. God forbid. You can end up being a giver, and everybody will be saying, hey, hey, mama, 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 cash, and all that. And by the time you need money at retirement, you have to be begging for friends and family. And you can be a saver, actually. You keep saving, and you keep money in your bank account, you keep money under your pillow, and inflation keeps eating into your money. Exchange rate volatility is rendering your money useless. And you can be an investor, always investing in risky opportunities. Invest in invest in gold, invest in agri-tech, invest in real estate. And at the end of the day, people run away with your money because you don't have the right knowledge of where to invest. So these are the problems. So now what do you do? Number one is that you need to write down your goals. If you don't want to fall into issues of being duped, issues of not being able to get well with your get along with your plans, then you need to write it down. But before we even go into that, let's see some facts. There are some facts that I put down for you. Number one is that less than one people have written goals. Yes, at the beginning of this year, all of us we were busy attending visioning program where they are saying write down your goals. What are the goals? Be sincere. I cannot see you, but God can see where you are watching me. How many of you are still sticking to your goals? I want to see it in the comment section. How many of you are still sticking to your goals? In fact, how many of you wrote down your goals at the beginning of the year? So spending less than 10 minutes or less to write a goal can change a person's life forever. Last year I had a lot of things. One of the things I actually said I was going to achieve last year, 2019, I stepped down my PhD program to quickly do a professional certification that actually takes some people 3 years, 6 years to do. I wanted to do all the 12 papers in one sitting. So I relocated from my family house and I went to rent an apartment at Ilorin where I was living. I go in the morning, from morning to night, read. Hey, God. I read till my brain wants to burst. And by the time I finished, I actually I skate through all the exams. Then the problem came as my family then were going through a very serious hard time that we could not even afford 200,000 naira. Hey, my God. It was as if this issue was going to die at the second year. The same thing happened. It was last year I was determined. I wrote it down. I said, God, this year I am I'm clearing off this certification. I must have it. I must have it. I told God I must have it, and I wrote it down. What are the things I need to do to ensure that it becomes possible? I'm telling you, the certification has gone from 200,000, as at the time I wanted to pay, to 400,000 naira. And as a matter of fact, they said we are going to also have the induction at Benin, if at Edo, for those who stay in Nigeria, and that means I need to raise money for flight because there was insecurity in the country at that time. So the money has moved from 200,000 naira to about 600, 700,000. And because I have written it down as a goal, it became possible for me to achieve, right? So what I'm actually making you understand is that if you don't have a goal written down, then it will be difficult for you to be able to achieve your goal. So after we finish this course, this webinar today, the number one thing you must go and do is to write down your goal. What are the things you want to achieve in this year? What are the things you want to achieve by age, maybe a certain age, or in 3 5 years time? What are the things you want to achieve by retirement? Once you have this goal, they serve as the compass to push you into what you have prescribed for yourself. Another thing is that statistics reveal that people who write down their goals have over an 80% higher success rate of achieving them. You see? So when you write it down, you have an 80% higher. You might not achieve all of them, but you will know that, oh, this thing, one way or the other, you are pushing yourself to do more, right? So writing down your goal is really, really important. And also, if you have one of the 10% who write down your goal, do you read them every day? It's not enough that you have the goal. I know some of you said, yes, I attended, I have the goal written down. Do you read them every day? When you go through them, what are the things you look at and say, this thing is becoming difficult for me to achieve? How do I ensure I achieve? Is there a new way? Can I devise a new strategy for me to be able to achieve it? All these things are very important for you to be able to achieve your goal. So have written down goals are much more, so those who have written down goals are much more successful than those who do not. And you remember, financial plan is what we are talking about here this evening. So if you are going to actually achieve anything in life, you have to have your goal written down. Thank you, everyone. I'm seeing your comments coming in. I'm seeing your comments coming in. So why should you write down your goals? Why you should write down your goals? Number one, clarifying your thoughts, right? If putting your goals in writing can help you clarify what you want to achieve and how you plan to achieve it. Number two is that it increases accountability. So when you write down your goals, you are more likely to hold yourself accountable for achieving them. You are saying, at all costs, I must ensure that this thing, I'm starting this training, and I must ensure that I finish it. I'm committed to saving for a particular goal. I want to buy my first laptop, and I must ensure that it happened. I don't want to go into debt, and I must ensure that it happens. So it helps you, it increases accountability. It also motivates you. So you see your goals written down can serve as a reminder and source of motivation to actually stay on track. Another thing is that is measurement. Writing down your goals gives you something concrete to refer to in order to measure your progress and make adjustments as necessary. Then lastly, because I don't have too much time, I have a lot of things to tell you guys. I'm just going to you know be very fast as I'm speaking. I'm sorry that if I'm too fast for you. The last thing is that it helps you prioritize. So somebody does not come to you and say, if you see this investment that is giving somebody 30%, you just jump and 30%, I must do it. No, you don't do that, right? Because you have prioritized your goals. You have said, this is the money I'm committing for my short-term goals, this is the money I'm committing for my medium-term goals, and this is the money I'm committing for my long-term goals. So all these things are very important. Now, one of the important things that you must do before you even start talking about, reaching, becoming a billionaire, becoming a millionaire, is you must know how to budget. If you cannot budget, hey, it will be difficult for you to become a millionaire or a billionaire. It will be difficult. So how do you do that? Number one is that budget is a record of income and expenses for a given period of time. So it helps you measure the flow of money, what is going on, what is going in and what is coming out. That's what budgets represent. Budgets help you track the flow of money so you can control where your money goes. So when you have budgets in place, you will know that, this is the amount of money I've set aside for myself to spend in the month of January. This is the amount I've set aside for myself to be able to get in income to cover my expenses. So budget is what actually ensure that your life is in shape. It's actually what ensure that you are not overspending. It's what ensure that you are not shortcharging yourself. So it is very important. There are different ways by which you can budget, right? You can use a paper method where you write it down and say, okay, in this month I'm going to invest
We can't hear you again.
this month,
Can you
I
hear me?
spend so amount of money on groceries, I spend this money on airtime, I spend this money on my hair. Is the Excel spreadsheet, right? Excel spreadsheet. So you have Excel spreadsheet where you enter all your data. You are able to enter your. Sorry, please, guys, can you still hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. We lost you for a second then, but we can hear you now.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so as I was saying, there's another way which is the Excel spreadsheet, right? So the Excel spreadsheet allow you to enter your expenses just as the way you're going to do it on the paper, but Excel spreadsheets allow you to enter it, in a way that it is you can be able to save it on your laptop or on your phone, and you can be able to pull it out at any time to see if you're on board. In fact, the one that I love so much is Google Spreadsheets actually, because Google Spreadsheet is on the cloud, and that means you can be able to open it anywhere, right? So this is really important. So then we have the, I don't want to go too much into that because there is a lot of things to cover, like I said, but you also to understand that before you even take any step into making any serious decision about your finances, that budgeting is very, very important. So what are the things you budget in real life? Your income. What are the things that constitute your income? We have your salary, you have your, hey, on this call, last year was like my boiling point, right? I was earning in naira as a financial analyst, I was earning in dollar as a social media manager, I was earning in dollar again as a virtual assistant. So don't limit yourself. Don't say that. And I was actually also earning in naira as a financial coach, because when I coach people, yeah, they pay me for that. So what I'm saying, actual fact, that your income might actually be more than one. So you want to budget it. So you know the amount that is coming from your salary, you know the amount that is coming from your side also. If you are into business, you know amount that is coming from your business. If you are into if you are any interest, maybe you have what's it called, an investment in some sort of maybe fixed income securities or stock, right? You can also get income from that space. So your income is not limited, it's broad. Then another thing you budget in real life is your expenses. Another one in real life is your expenses, right? So it allows you to, that's where you talk about paying for your groceries, paying for your rent, your transportation, your electric bill, your data, your fuel, and all that. So if you are able to sit down and imagine what you spend on, it actually makes sense, because there is something I want to share with you. I run fast. So now, when you actually subtract your expenses from your income, if you have a positive a positive figure, that is a surplus. But if you have a negative figure, that is a deficit. So if you have a surplus, that means you have money left for saving and investing. But if you have a deficit, that means you don't have money to save or invest. And that is why it is very important that you monitor your budget. Now, how do you budget? There is this rule I love, which is the 50-30-20% rule. 50-30-20% rule. Please, if you're not going to take anything from this call today, take this one. The moment you get paid, 20% that you remove from your money is the amount that actually comes, that is for you. So they pay you 100,000 naira, they pay you 200,000 naira. I'm telling you, those money, they are not for you. But by the time you remove 20%, that money is for you. That is the money that you can now save for some goals. You cannot save for retirement. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you cannot do more than 20%. If your capacity can do more than 20%, go for it. If your own capacity can only do 10%, go for it. But please don't join the bandwagon of people that says we don't even have money to eat. You're talking about saving or investing. Because I tell you, when you have much money, you will not still cultivate the habit of saving. Now, the truth of the matter is that money only respects people. Money only comes to people who respect it. So if you are fond of always spending your money, money can never last long in your hand. So one way in which you can ensure that you are actually preparing yourself for that millionaire lifestyle is that you learn how to save and invest. So let that 20% go for you. Now we talk about the 50%. That's where you start talking about, the needs, those things that you cannot do without. Your rent, your groceries, your fuel, your transportation. If you have children, your children's school fees, your lawma, your data. Yes, those are needs. Those are the things that your neighbor can call. If lawma come and carry you for house that you did not pay, you did not pay for, pay your normal utility bill or whatever. Hey, your neighbor will hear about it though. So those ones are needs. If you don't have money for rent, that's even another issue again o. Some people will go ahead and go and be renting house that is actually way beyond, their salary, and they will be complaining that there is no money to take care of themselves. So some people don't even have issue with you budgeting. What they have issue with is overspending. Then we have the wants, which is your eating out, your Netflix, your cinema, all those ashrebi. You have 5 friends, they are lining up for wedding this year. They have called you, hey, Jimmy, you are one of my lady in wardrobe. Okay, better remain in the wardrobe and don't come out so that you don't help you finish your money. So you have to also budget for that. So at the beginning of the year, already saying that, hey, I'm not spending more than 50,000 naira on any ashrebi. So you decide, I'm giving Jimmy 10,000. I'm giving Chioma 10,000. So no traveling anywhere. Go and ask people who travel outside of the state or maybe even country to celebrate their friend's wedding. They come back broke. So you come back and come and be drinking Gary. Well, nobody will be there, right? Yeah. So it is very important that you also budget your income and expenses very well. I don't have time to actually take you through how to create a budget. It's going to take a lot of time, but I know you've already gotten what is important when it comes to budgeting. And also, let's actually quickly talk about how you should plan your goals. Your goal have to be specific. Don't say, by the time I reach age 50, I will now resign. No, no, no. You have to be deliberate about it, right? Yeah. So you have to be deliberate about it, right? You have to be specific. Specific means that I want to retire in Nigeria, and this is the amount of money I'm going to need by then. How do I ensure that I start setting this amount aside every month? The problems some people have is that they are not stressing themselves. They love it. So me, I love, I said I love soft lifestyle too. But when it comes to getting money inside my pocket, I am rugged. You will see me reading in the middle of the night. Please, though. Well, your own lifestyle might not be like that. That is me, actually. So what I'm saying, in actual fact, is that you have to be specific. So when you know that a certain amount of money you need, your present income cannot cater for it, my dear Jackpa, leave. I changed job within 3 months. I joined a company, they were paying me a certain amount of money. I got another one that was paying me double. I moved. Yes, that's how you should be moving, because in this life that we are, we must enjoy it, right? Now, another thing is that you must determine exactly when the goal has been met, right? You must determine exactly when the goal has been met. Then also, your goal has to be a budget or spending plan detailing how you will achieve it. So it's not just some things that are not possible. You have to make it possible. Then you have to make it realistic. Trade-offs and opportunity cost of the goal. So there are some things that will definitely come up. Yes, I saw somebody that said, hey, I got a question recently. Let me quickly gist you guys. I got a question recently. The lady said, I'm earning, how much she said she was earning? I'm earning 100,000 and I want to buy wig of about 450,000, and I don't like low quality wigs, and I want to enjoy myself. I want to shake it, but you are always talking about budgeting and saving. I don't know if I'm taking the wrong step. So, okay, I don't know, but this now says that trade-offs and opportunity cost of the goal. There are some things you will let go. I'm not saying you should not go for quality wigs. So I'm only saying that, hey, when you check your pocket again, I hope you don't go and end up selling your wig to have money, right? Live big when you should live big, and live the moderate life when you should live. Then time bound, when you go when you want to achieve the goal, is also very important. Then lastly is that you have to your goal has to be yours. What is your motivation behind the goal? See, my people, I don't want to go beyond my motivation, because I can make you guys tear up this evening if I start with my story. So you must have motivation. What is motivating you? What do you come out from your family where it was difficult for your parents to even send you to school, or maybe your own parents were even rich, but they made one terrible decision at some point in their life, and it led to the end of their wealth. I don't know whatever the situation, what is going to serve as your own motivation, or your own motivation is that I just want to get to a level in life where I will just be helping people, helping young ladies, sending them abroad to go and study, or helping them become, I don't know what your goal is, but you must have a motivation, and it must be smarty, no longer smart. It must be smarty because it must be yours. Now, do I talk about this? Do I talk about this? Do I talk about this? Okay, let's quickly talk about this. I don't have much time again. I'm looking at the time. I have just about 8 minutes to go. You have to prioritize and quantify your goals. Let's talk about it. Hey, before you start talking about investing in Apple, investing in Tesla, investing in, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not going to reach that stage this night again because time has gone. You have to first do something that we call emergency funds. So once you start earning money, number one thing you must do is that you must first tackle what we call emergency fund. What are emergency fund? Emergency fund is simply saying, let's say on average you spend 100,000 naira to take care of yourself per month. Emergency fund says that you should have at least 4 to 6 months of that money saved up somewhere before you start thinking of buying real estate. Somebody is introducing you to land, you don't have emergency fund. Let me tell you what emergency fund is about. Emergency fund is to help you plan, situations that are beyond your control. So during COVID-19, a lot of people lost their job. This whole global issue that we are having, people are being laid off. Please, those who would not have imagine they don't have any money saved to take care of themselves. How do you think they were going to navigate? That was why that period we had a lot of loan company calling you. I still received one call last night. They said, do I know one person borrow money from them and they are looking for him? I received one that they said they will paste his obituary on Facebook that the person is dead. So you see, you don't want loan shark. You don't want to be at the mercy of loan shark so that they will not be pasting your story all around the media. So emergency fund is really, really important, right? Yeah, so number one is that you have to first target saving 4 to 6 months. 4 to 6 months of your living expenses is your number one goal. I ranked it as one. And how many years is that going to take? 1 year maximum. 1 year maximum. You're the one that will determine the amount that your emergency fund is going to be, and how much you're going to be saving per month to reach that goal is left to you. Number one, the second one can actually be that, Temi, by the time I now hit my emergency fund, my second goal is that I want to buy a landed property. Oh my God. Yeah. I was on a call recently, and those ladies were just doing big, big things. Actually, they actually just took a training and they were doing well on Upwork, and their trainer was actually showing me how they bought iPhone. In fact, somebody bought a car. Yeah, that's why I want to be sharing this story. So you might say, okay, I'm going to achieve this under 2 years. I will need 3 million naira to do it. Now that you are already working, you can start setting aside 125,000 naira per month, to buy your first landed property. You don't need to take a loan for it. If you take a loan of 3 million naira, go and calculate the lowest you can get right now, especially if you are in self-employed space, right, is 5% per month. And 5% times 12, you know what that means? That is 60%. They are paying 60% in return as interest rate, and that's a lot. So instead, just ensure that you save towards your goal. Then the last one, although it might be the last, but it's the sweetest, is your retirement plan. And that's where you start to prioritize your goals, determine how much time and money is needed. You need to start factoring in inflation. Inflation in Nigeria as at February was 21.92%. Hey, people, is getting worse. I mean, things are getting really hard here. And if you really want to enjoy life, you have to really take your spending serious, right? So somebody who was earning 200,000 naira in 2017, you cannot compare the value of that money to what we have right now. That 200,000 naira might just be worth 80,000 naira today. Because me personally, what I spent 40,000 naira for in 2020, I'm now spending 100,000 naira on. More than 100,000 naira on in 2023. That is how inflation is busy eating into your money. And that's why 25 million naira cannot conveniently take care of you by age 60 that you are actually dreaming. 50 million naira cannot take care of you by age 50 that you are age 60 that you are dreaming. You must start to think of how you can get enough money to take care of yourself at retirement. Okay. Yes, I think I'm gonna have to stop here because a lot is still in front I should actually talk about, but I won't do that. I won't do that. I will just tell you something that is very important about you, about planning for your retirement. So when you want to plan for your retirement, this is the part that you have to be very careful, because you are planning for your retirement. Then you must know where you should save your money. There are a lot of things. There are a lot of things you can do, and it's advisable that don't be stupid. Sorry, I use the word stupid. Sorry, so I don't mean to abuse you. I'm not saucy actually. But don't go and give all your money to your friend because that person is a very lovable person and she's doing well. And go and give all your life savings to a friend to start business. Or go and put all your life savings in MMM, because let us even use MMM. Let's do another thing. Any rate that they are giving you 30%, that you know that 30%, inflation rate in Nigeria is 10%. This is more than what you can. What are you saying? Please run, no. And that's why I'm advising you that you should diversify your portfolio. Diversify your portfolio. How do you diversify? Yes, we have fixed income securities, real estate investment, stocks, crypto. Let me quickly rush through that. So we're talking about fixed income securities. Those are low risk level, so they are not really risky. It's more like you borrowing federal government money, and federal government is saying that don't worry, just let your money be with us. I'm going to give you. Although the case in Ghana is a very unique one. I don't know what is happening. Ghanaians on this call, what is happening in your country? What is happening now? That's how it should be. When you actually lend money to the government, it should be safe for you to get your money back. But I don't know what happened to Eurobond in Ghana last year. It was a very messy situation, right? So yeah, so you can actually put some of your money in fixed income. That one is not going to return huge money, right? But it's going to give you certain rates. I don't want to talk about the rates because I have a lot of people on this call, but wherever you are, just ensure that you try to google what fixed income securities are on your hand. Then we also have real estate investment. Yes, hey God, oh, me too, I'm trying to gather money. I must buy this house. How can I be selling out for 300 million, 500 million on in the Atlantic? My God. But before I reach that level, how do I take that advantage of such space? And that's why we have things we call REITs, Real Estate Investment Trust, or Real Estate Investment Trust ETF. So they actually give you the opportunity to give money to real estate developers in exchange for a return. So we have the crowdfunding platform like RiseVest that allow you to invest with them and you get like 50% per annum. And we have like real estate ETFs where you can buy stocks of companies that are being invested in real estate opportunities. Then we have stocks. Hey, I love this part. Stocks. When you're talking about stocks, they're talking about you having ownership of a particular company. You know, you can actually be a part owner of Apple, but just by 10,000 naira. Yes, that is the level we are right now. And I'm going to give you a certain portion based on the trading price when you actually buy into that space. Now, what I love about this is that they actually give you rates that is higher than inflation. So that is why you cannot actually keep putting your money in the saving account, because those ones, they will not give you rates that is up to the long term inflation rate, which is already 10%. So for instance, Tesla did 1,200% in return as of last 5 years, in the past 5 years as of last year September. So that means if you invested just $10, you're sitting down on thousands of dollars. So right, actually, so if you're actually looking for, getting a, you cannot become wealthy by saving. You cannot, so how do they put it? You cannot save your life to wealth, right? You have to actually invest to become wealthy. So that's why you must actually bucket your income, so that you have some targeting your short-term goal, you have some targeting your medium-term goal, you have some targeting your long-term goal. Then the last one, hey, This one is not for the weak mind people, but it's a very lovely space too. I'll step back for a while because of how the market is dancing. And this space actually is crypto. Crypto. So let me first give you a very lovely gist about crypto. When crypto was still like the time when Africans were just taking advantage, I was lucky enough to be one of the first people that took advantage of Shiba in 2020 or 2021. I can't remember the exact year now. And I said, let me just test the water. As a finance person where I be, I should not put too much money and then the market will not crash. So I was studying things, right? So I just bought $10. But that day, the money was just going up. I was saying, my money has reached $500. My God, my money has reached $1,000. Yeah, let me go and cash out. I just cashed out. My friend that did $45 actually came out from that investment. He did, sorry please, he did $45, came out of that deal with $12,000. Yes, because crypto is a very high risky environment, and the truth is that the higher the risk, the higher the return. The lower the risk, the lower the return. So you have to plan your risk accordingly. Now, I'm not saying that after this class you gotta be buying crypto. Hey, this one educational. In fact, all I have said this evening is educational purpose alone. If you want me to help you, don't let me advertise myself because I was not told to do that. But if you need if you need to get on this page, then you have to actually get a financial advisor to help you plan your finances accordingly. The last thing I'm sharing with you guys this evening, who is ready for the last thing I want to share with you? At this stage, I'm actually going to just share my screen so that you can see what is on my mind. All right, I'm going to share my screen now. Excellence, please let me confirm that you can see my screen so that I don't need to go back to that space again.
We can actually see the screen where the slide says how to approach your investment recommendations.
Oh, okay. All right, let me see if I can cut that off so that I can project the right screen.
Are you guys enjoying the class? Share your learning, your light bulb moments. I'm seeing the comments. Are you guys enjoying the class?
Okay, so I'm sharing my entire screen. I won't be able to see your comment till I come back again. See you guys very soon. And Excellence, let me confirm when you can see a blue sheet actually.
Yes, it's now projected. The blue
All
sheet is
right. So this is the sheet I love to share with people. I'm sorry because I don't know the present rate in other countries of the world, but you can actually just plug in your own interest, plug in your own currency as I actually, just plug it in your mind as I share this screen with you. So let's assume that on this call today, we have somebody that is 825 and the person is saying, Temi, yes, I'm going to work till age 60. I don't mind. I actually love to work. Or whether even if the person decides to quit at age 50, there will still be someone that will be bringing money for the person, right? And this person, the person is any good gigs. Money is coming in, right? And the person says, I should be able to do 200,000 naira per month, right? Let's see. No, that's too much. 200,000 naira. The person will start saving 200,000 naira per month, right? For the next 45, is that 45 or 35 years? Yes, for the next 35 years. And the person will continue to save from age 25 till age 60. If the person keeps saving 200,000 naira every month, right, the total contribution by age 60 will be 84 million naira without interest. It will be 84 million naira without interest. If the person is able to build a portfolio that pays on average 10%, the person money by age 60 will be 759 million. My sister, you are not doing anything, just be putting money, and your 84 million naira will give you 759 million. Oh my goodness. Do you know that even in Nigeria, without headache, you can actually get this 10% from fintech banks now? Yes, without you even investing in stock, investing in mutual, if you know you are still afraid of investing in all this space, then you can actually do the high yield saving accounts I already talked about, right? So those ones, they will give you 759 million by retirement. Then, if you are lucky to have the one that gives you 15%, your same 84 million naira will give you 2 billion naira. 15%, let's say 2 billion naira, almost 3 billion naira with 84 million, 200,000 naira saved every month. Now, this is the mind blowing one where you actually, if you earn 20% every year, or not monthly, oh, please. If you earn 20% every year on your 200,000 naira that is giving you 84,000 naira without interest, you will actually have 12 billion naira. So tell me, how many years do you want to spend on earth? After age 16, you want to spend years till 100 years, then the money is actually ready for you. Now, one good thing about the stock market is that aside the capital appreciation, it also pays you dividends. So you might be lucky enough to also get dividend. Some people actually live on dividend. Money enter January, Apple, Microsoft, February, which one again? Tesla does not pay dividend anyway, but every month you just keep getting dividend because you actually use your money wisely. That's how I want you guys to do it, right? Yeah. So that is it for this evening. Thank you so much for having me. I wish I can spend much time to actually get down into everything that is about finance, but time will not permit me. Thank you so much once again. I love you guys.
Wow, this is so good. I hope you can see the comments because I literally, wow, wow, this is so good. Thank you so much, Temi, for this. Thank you for always constantly pouring yourself out. So, Miss Temi is actually also my financial coach, and she really literally, God used that. I would just say God used that to save me because I was at the point in my life where I was making money, but I was always somehow broke. So I kind of had money, but if you ask me for money and an emergency, I just most likely will not have. So I was working hard, I was making money, but if you call me out of the blue and say you need this, I most likely do not have. But I was working and I was making so much money, and my bank statement was ridiculous, but I just never had cash in my hand. And I'm that person that will always look for help. And I contacted her and I said I needed a coach, I needed her to, and I paid for her service. And to be honest, for the first time, my life took a different trajectory, and she's just been amazing ever since. And she's just so good. She's just so good. So I definitely recommend her services if you can. The beautiful thing is she has kind of different portfolios. So if you want to have a one-on-one with her, you can. And I think she also has a book. If you want to read the book, all those things, all of you saying I want the slide, you can just go get the book. It has everything, including the resources. She literally shared all those resources with me, even when you want to do the saving, the stock, the investment, everything. She really did that for me, and it really helped me. Be prior to her coaching me, when a certain time was coming to a year, I was in the point of a year, I was usually a bit tired and I was hustling because I was always making money, but I was not having money. It was just like a circle. And somehow I just found myself in some kind of debt, but I was making money. You guys, I'm very real with you. I will not lie. And I found out that it's not just me, but most women are like that. They make money, but then they are not able to be accountable for the money. The skills we are teaching you is going to enable you get jobs that can make you money, but it doesn't end there. You should be able to manage and multiply that money effectively. You should be able to manage and multiply that money effectively so that you can build wealth. So that you can build wealth, right? You need to manage and multiply that money effectively so that you can build wealth. And that's what her coaching has literally done for me. So tell me, is your book still available? Is it out? Is it still available?
Yes,
Are you there?
please. Yeah, it's still
Okay.
available. So the book actually is about how people want to start investing, because I would lie to you, because of the exchange rate volatility, the inflation, in the inflationary environment that we are, a lot of people are moving their money offshore. You can imagine in Nigeria, we changed dollar for $450 January last year, and by October last year, we changed it for 850. That's a lot. So imagine that you
Yeah.
have your money in dollar denominated assets. So I actually wrote a book for women to teach them how they can invest in in foreign assets. You know how you can become a co-owner with Apple, Microsoft, and all that. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the book is on seller, right? So please, you
Yes,
share
on
the
Stella.
link with me. You share the link with me via WhatsApp. So I'll just share it with them so you guys can do that. And I will also share her social media handles if you want to book her one on one. I don't know if she has any other programs, but please, you guys should go and bombard her. And I think on her personal page, she also shares financial tips, all of those kind of things so you can learn. Making money is not the problem. You can make money and still be broke. You'll be making money, be broke. You'll be like, I don't know how to explain it. Everything I teach you guys here, every curriculum is like I've lived it, I've seen it, I know it, I know what happens, like it's real. And so I want you to, from the start, you're able to plan, you're able to make beautiful decisions. I love where she started from, helping you set your goals and understand the financial aspect of your goals. It's just always beautiful to have Miss Temi. Thank you very much, ma'am. I'm not going to take any questions from you guys. Or maybe let me just take three. I'll just take three questions. Three questions for her. Then we'll move to blockchain questions. But if you have any question, you can just go reach her out on LinkedIn or Instagram, or you can purchase her book. If you purchase her book, just maybe you might be able to have a better access. So she also works with Money Africa as well. So she's well grounded. Like you can see, I wasn't hyping when I was telling you guys that you must not miss today's coaching call. All those are giving excuses. I will just be telling them, okay, I cannot, okay, I cannot, okay. I hope you go and tell them what you've learned and tell them why I really said it was not a good idea for you to miss. So, three questions. This is the first one. What if even after creating my budgets, I keep having emergencies that take the whole of it? What can I do?
Yeah, Margaret, thanks for that question. See, let me tell you the truth. Every person has one emergency or the other they go through. If yours is not health, yours can actually be black tax. Black tax is when you have siblings that depend. You see, I have siblings that depend on me. I had a client. I don't want to go into too much story, but I had a client who have siblings that actually, depend on her. She helped them, and eventually she discovered that these are one of her siblings actually was also into sales of bags and all that, and she needed money at some point. She said, I'll go and take from your money. She said, I've locked it. People that you are helping with your money are helping themselves and you are being good. So there is always going to be one emergency or the other. But life has become simple. You can insure your health, you can insure your laptop, you can insure your job. There is nothing that you cannot insure. So instead of you waiting that if you should lose your job today, how are you going to navigate through life, right? So these are some of the things that makes it impossible to stick to budget. If you are really ready to be serious with your finances, you will go beyond what just one everyday person is doing. You will take a step forward, right? And also, let me also add to the fact that if your budget is not working, then you have to actually see to it that is it that you are not making enough money, number one, or you are actually overspending. Some people, they are like I made an example. Somebody earning 1 million naira in a year, and they are spending like 80% on it on house rent. When you can actually get a cheaper apartment, you have not reached there. My dear, no, you have not reached there. You will reach there, right? So, but while you are still trying to get to that space, you must know how to manage your funds. So, I would just say that looking into all those things and check if that's the problem.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Need to, like she said, when she was talking about being realistic, you need to do the opportunity cost. I'll add to that. You need to know where to cut cost. And, I remember when we were having our session and I told her a particular amount that I could comfortably say I could earn monthly. But then when I relooked at it and looking at my budget, I decided to work with a budget as if I was earning lesser. And even recently there was something we were supposed to do, and I was quick to ask her for help for something, and later I realized that I could actually do that on my own. So sometimes if you give yourself to stretch, if you apply yourself, you'll be able to make some concessions, you'll be able to do what you want to do. But also you have to be able to say no. You have to be able to say no. That black tax thing can be something else. Like I said from you of this coaching call, you're not Jehovah Jireh or Jireh. whichever one you want to call it. So Etin Book said, "What do I do recently to keep records of my daily spending at the end of the month? I know where my money went, how much I've spent a month. I want to earn as well." She already said budget. I'm not putting this question out because we have just three questions, so I don't want to misuse it. She already said you should. Okay, she said what I do. Okay, it wasn't a question. So Deborah said, "What's the difference between saving and investment?"
Okay, so when you save, actually, saving actually fall into the category of fixed income. So you know that you are getting 5%, you are getting 10% on your savings. That one is specific. There is an agreement that this is what you are getting at the end of this at the end of this plan, right?
Hmm.
So, and there is investing. Investing actually give you a rate that is beyond, is called compounding. It gives you a rate that is beyond the average. So you are getting, if you are looking forward to getting 20%, I told you earlier that when you invest with Tesla, you get 1,200% in 5 years, as of last year September. You cannot get that kind of rate with saving. So that is the rate that actually makes it totally different. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Temi. Do you have final words for them before we wrap this up? I don't think there are any more significant questions here.
Okay, so what I would just say is that you remember the last Y of our smarty. Yeah, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely, time bound, and also yours. I will say that own have your own motivation. Yeah, have your own motivation. One person that motivates me in this space is actually following Rishwala Kija. And I've actually been following her even before I became knowledgeable about this whole thing, right? Have people that push you to want to do more. Surround yourself with women that are not just buying wigs. You say you cannot control your wigs appetite. Okay, maybe you're gonna be spending wig at retirement. Join the right community, invest in books. Yes, Africans, they used to say before that Africans don't read, but right now Africans are taking the lead. So go ahead and do the work. Bye everyone. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Temi. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. Wow, what a beautiful session. Let me put her back up, and I want you guys to just celebrate her again. Just tell her thank you, so she sees them. Thank you, and happy birthday. We hope you enjoyed your birthday very much.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you
you,
so much.
thank you
Thank you
very
everyone
much. Thank
for
you.
staying for still to the end of the call. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so we have our Madam Blockchain back. I learned that there were some questions I missed. So can you just shoot your questions on blockchain? But while you're at it, I don't know, Ayo, if you have something to say, maybe in 3 to 5 minutes, while the questions are
Uh,
coming in, to shift
okay.
their heads from finances back to blockchain.
Right,
Okay.
all right, all right. I just want to add one more thing to what she has said. Wonderful section, Temilola, wonderful one. One of the best places you can also invest in is in people. People are the best form of investment. But as she has said, every investment has risk. So you might invest in some people and it might turn out well, and you might invest in some people. And I think I'm a product of people believing in me, and I also believing in other people, and I've taken time to invest in them. And it doesn't have to be monetary; it can be knowledge. So many of you in techie girls, in tech ladies, tech up ladies, you are learning one form of technological tool or another. And the best thing you can also do is invest yourself in other people. It's one of the best you can do. All right, so I'm seeing a question now. I'm going to take up that, start from there. You should tell us some career opportunities in the blockchain. Okay, so I actually had some slides to present. So let me see if I can just quickly do that. Um, okay, just a moment. So there's diverse career paths in and the blockchain ecosystem diverse. So definitely, we've heard about, or I really love the concept of blockchain, but I don't like coding. So we splitted our training sections into two. So we have people that would like to still journey in the career paths and blockchain without the coding technical know-how. And we have just a minute. I have to. I'm trying to look for the slides now. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Okay. So let me just name them. So for the non-technical part, you can be a community manager, you can be you can be okay. Found it. Good. Please let me know if you're seeing my screen.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, just a minute, please. Okay, let me just retract that. What about now?
No, are you presenting?
Yes.
No, we can't say yet.
Okay. All right. So let me just name them over here then. So I think that should be the network. So for the non-technical part, we have like the community managers. So I mentioned something very impeccable when I was talking about decentralized autonomous organizations. These are basically huge corporations with millions of dollars invested in them, like real money, right? But they have their organization based on the blockchain. So that means they don't have physical headquarters anywhere. So the way blockchain works, each computer is a node, right? So each computer helps the blockchain system to store data. When you come to the trainings, you will understand the whole concept of blockchain. But blockchain itself is just a database storage system. The way we have cloud, we have servers, but this form of storage are centralized. That is put in a particular place. That is making them easy to access for manipulations, and also one person monopolizing the whole system of data storage. For example, if you upload your picture on Facebook, let me bring it down to a relatable place. If you upload your pictures on Facebook, when you sign up for any activities on Facebook, you just say you put in your password. Oh, I'm signing up for Facebook. Do you agree to our terms and conditions? Most of us, we don't read it, do we? No, because it's too long and blah blah blah. You don't care. You just want to be on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and you click it. You sign to the conditions that your data are being uploaded, and whatever it is that they use your data with, you are giving them the power, the authority to use your data. That is, they can make money. They can get your location, get what you are trying to Google, get the information in those particular area. Right. So all this data that are being gathered by this monopolized system is called decentralized system. Now in blockchain, they are trying to decentralize this form of data, that is giving power to individuals that are interacting with any form of data. And so far you're interacting with the computer, you're interacting with data. If you type in "I am here" and you send it in WhatsApp, in a WhatsApp group, or we are live on Facebook now, we are uploading data, we are interacting with data. But blockchain is a system whereby we decentralize the power. The people that are making money, you can make money, I can make money. Also, you can make it immutable. That is, you're making it irresistant to attack. Now, going back to that, you don't have to know the intricacies or how to code to be in the blockchain ecosystem. So I have a chart here. I don't know why this thing is. It will have been very fun if we can project this. It said, okay, are you? But of course, when I'm coming back on the sessions, we'll have details of this. So if you are not too knowledgeable, these are the other career options. So you can have a blockchain business foundation training. After training, knowing about the intricacies, how the blockchain works, you can be a blockchain solution architect. Now, because of the immutability of blockchain, that is, you can't tamper with data. So many corporations and institutions are buying into the blockchain technology itself. So we have in the healthcare, you can upload your data, that is the information of your patients. Your patients anywhere in the world can access it, and nobody can tamper with it. We have law in the law sector, people that are trying to write their will. Once you upload it on the blockchain system, anybody cannot, prove or challenge the authenticity of your will, as we have nowadays. So many family members are still fighting, oh, it's a lie, you coerced our great grandfather that you should write your name. But once it is on the blockchain, or you went to hide your name, or but once it's on the blockchain, the immutability has made it irresistible to all those challenges. Also, we have like I mentioned, the community management of all these corporations, blockchain solution architects, blockchain networking, blockchain consultants. Those are the non-technical parts that you can dive in. Now, to the technical part, that is, if you want to be a developer, you have to have a knowledge of the Web 2 if you want to go into Web 3. That is very important, because they still make use of some of the coding languages in Web 2. That's, for example, JavaScript. But we have so many coding languages and form of development in the blockchain ecosystem now. We have the ZK, that is zero knowledge. We have Solidity. We have, we still use Python, so many of the Web2 languages. And once you have a knowledge of that, then you can proceed in being a blockchain developer. If you're going to be working majorly or focusing on Ethereum, you will need the knowledge of Solidity. You have blockchain architect engineer, you have blockchain security professionals, you have blockchain administrators. So these are for non-technical parts also. So many other things that are also evolving. In the NFT marketplace, we need marketers, we need people. In fact, you can be an artist, right? So you can be an artist and still work in the blockchain space, because you can upload your stuff and market it in the NFT marketplaces. You can also, and blockchain is cutting across so many other Web3 technologies, like the metaverse, that is virtual reality, the gaming option. I'm just going to answer one of these questions, because I know it's going to answer so many other questions. The gaming options. So many people love playing games, right? Even adults, our husbands, our boyfriends, and some of the ladies themselves too, they do like playing games, right? You can make money while playing games, like on the blockchain ecosystem. So the cryptocurrency are centered round about it, and it's a huge industry making billions of dollars. So once you learn the intricacy around this, also you can also be playing games and still making your money. Other aspects is people that stake, people that trade, things like that. But as I usually say, if you want to come into the blockchain ecosystem and you want to make this a career, it's better you build rather than engage. Thank you.
So good. So good. Wow. Oh, sorry. Your network, I'm seeing, we're extending more than 1 hour today, because I needed you guys to have. I've been getting questions about what's this blockchain thing. Do you think I should do it and all of that? So that's why I just thought to bring her up first. But um, we're still going to have an AMA section that's Ask Me Anything with the tutors. So you can actually ask your questions before you sign up. But I hope it won't be too late, because we have a quota. We have a quota. In fact, data analytics, I think almost half of the class is filled up already. It's first come first serve. Once you're selected and you're sent the details to commit, if you don't commit and someone else takes stop, that's it. So thank you very much, Ayo, for being with us tonight. I'm very grateful.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. So some people have dropped off. um I have a few announcements that I want to make, and I think I'll just make it just in case they come back to watch the replay. First, um, assignment week 3, tomorrow is the deadline, no more extensions. If you can't do project A, make sure you do project B. After the program, lessons are still available until mid-August. You can always go back to them, because I think you might need to watch them again and again, without pressure, so that you can solidify your learnings. Number 4, I want to say thank you to all the amazing volunteers that have made this possible. And I want you to celebrate them as well. I'm going to tell them to introduce themselves in your group. Beyond your mentor and your support admins, there are other volunteers in your group that are creating social media content, that are writing you, that are checking up to be sure that your scores are inputted correctly and your attendance are marked. They are there, but they are quiet. I'm going to be telling them to introduce themselves to you in your specific groups, and I want you to connect with them and really appreciate them. They were not paid, and they're all doing the job selflessly and really interested in you. You need to see the way they literally advocate for you guys in the group, that, oh, this person is asking this. So I want to say thank you to all of you for buying into the vision and making this possible. I also want to thank the core team, my friend and vice president, um, Chika. She's been a backbone. Thank you, Chika. Thank you, Isaac, who has been doing the designs, as well as Miss Grace as well. I sent Miss Grace details with you. Miss Chika is not very active on the media space, but she's going to be very soon. So once she does, I'll let you know so you connect better with her. But Miss Grace is there. Connect with her. Tell her thank you. She's done a lot of work back end that you might not know yet until someday. I also want to say thank you to Access Bank and all our sponsors. The program is wrapping up in a few days. I'm saying this because we have one more coaching call. Our last coaching call is next week, Friday, and that's going to be your graduation. On Sunday, the week 6 is going to be open to you. And when the week 6 is open to you, you just have the positioning for opportunities lesson, and then you have the feedback and you take your assessment. Once you take your assessment, once take your assessment and you pass, you'll be able to download your certificate. But please don't miss the last coaching call. Now, you have gained so many skills. You might not even know how much you've gained yet. You might not be able to comprehend what you've gained yet. But trust me, when it comes, when the demand begins to come, when the world begins to demand it from you, you'll be amazed at how much you have grown and expanded. The final coaching call is with Miss Ngozi Akiele, and she's going to be teaching you about branding and positioning yourself and selling yourself. It's one you don't want to miss. It's not compulsory, but if you know you want to live a significant life and you want to be more intentional about yourself, the world is shifting from you sending them CV to send me your social media URL. Yes. She is a brand manager for multinationals like top banks and organizations. She's a branding expert. And so she's going to be talking to you about your image. Very important. You have gotten your certificate. Please come on board. Aside that, we're also going to be having a little party. And I'm going to be telling you to bring your drinks and make sure you cook your rice and chicken. So we eat it together here. And I'm going to be sharing some very, very, very important things, very beautiful things that I've not got to share from the beginning. Right? Somebody's asking, what foundation do I need to do blockchain? Nothing. You've done tech up, girl, so that's basic enough. The classes are very basic, so don't worry. The classes are very basic. Classes are very big. Abigail, fantastic. I love what I see. So please don't miss that virtual party and graduation, because you want to know what next it is. So please know what's next, right? Know what next it is. I love what Damaris put here. If you can, we still have like 30 slots for the 30 days, $30 in 30 days challenge. If you can, please join. I'm leaving it open till the end of the month for those that want to collect salaries. But 1st of April, we're starting, and it's going to stretch you. If you're busy, if you have something else, please don't join. Oh, because if you miss 5 tasks, we'll just remove you. I'm strict like that. There's no please, I beg you. It's a strict process, but it's something that will literally change you and maybe your business forever as well. So please do join, do join the last coaching call and the graduation party. We take pictures, we do a lot of things on that day. I'm not even sure, we might do it here, it might just be Zoom or something, I don't know, but I'll keep you posted. Then Tech Up Ladies is currently ongoing. Registration, still sending confirmatory emails to those who qualify. So if you applied, I will not send you an email. I will send the last email, I think 4 days ago or 3 days ago. So if you applied recently, sorry, we've not. But if you want to take your skills further step into the technology space, then Tech Up Ladies is for you. We don't have all the career parts, but if any of the ones we have applies to you, please do. 20K is nothing compared to what you're going to get. Trust me, it's nothing for 3 months. Ask people to invest in you. I've asked people to invest in me before and they did, and it paid off. We've selected ambassadors already. You're all Tech Up Girls ambassadors. I need you to know that because some people missed out the form. You're all ambassadors, and I'm sure you want other people to benefit what you have benefited from this program. So you want to share with them, which is fine. But we just want people that can gather people that can just lead some geopolitical zones like Southern Africa, North Africa, East Africa, West Africa. Then in Nigeria, the four core geopolitical zones: the north, the south, southeast, and southwest. So these people are going to get these things from you. They're going to get your details and they're going to be adding you to groups. I'm also going to be sending you links. Please join only the group that is relevant to you. Very important. We're going to be joining them. We're going to be hosting some things and some sharing opportunities that are specific to your region, opportunities for you. And we'll be hosting webinars teaching you how to apply for those things if you have to negotiate or apply. If you're applying for a job and you have questions, maybe how can I answer this? That's the very point. That's the group that can answer you those questions. Or how can I negotiate for this salary? Do you think this makes sense? I need help for this. That's what that community is for. We also have now a job board community. A job board is on Telegram. It's going to be on Telegram where we'll be sharing job opportunities with you. Abi Inra gift. You're saying you don't have any digital skill. You cannot go to Tech Up Girls and say you don't have any digital skill. Doesn't make any sense, right? That's not true, except you've not been paying attention to class. So the job board, I'm also going to be sending you the link. We realized that we're discussing the cutting. There are so many opportunities, but I was just telling them let's wait for them to finish first before we put them there. We even have currently 3 roles opened in Canada, for some virtual assistant design something. In fact, I was on this call when that confirmed. Then there are 2 opened in Abuja, and then there's some other ones as well. Olufisayo, ask your mentor. For those of you that don't have the link, it's been in the Facebook group. I also sent a mail. But if you don't have the link to register for the challenge, please ask your mentor and she'll give it to you. So you join the job board on Telegram. And like I said, volunteering is good, internship is good. We're trying to get slots for you. Some might be paid, some might be unpaid. But if it's unpaid, it's going to be for a limited time, and I encourage you to explore it. You might just get to learn. But if it's paid, that's good for you as well. I also told you about my mentorship program that's going to be opened in April. It's not free. If you want that, you might need to DM me that directly. It's a 90 days program, and it's for young women, not people in university. Please, um, for people that have finished university, because there are some key things that you need to take, and so I don't want you to be distracted. So if you're interested in that, you can DM me. 30 days, $300 challenge. Like I said, ask your mentor for link or check the Facebook group or check my Instagram is there. Check the link in the bio is also there. I think those are core announcements that I need to share with you today. Now, there's one more thing I want to share with you before I tell you good night. I always say this, and this evening it also occurred to me to remind you, maybe because you've not really encountered me before. So if you're really about around me, you would have heard me say this before. Don't choose your future before you discover yourself. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who this is for, but I literally have to tell you. Now, when it comes to choosing your future, I'm talking about your relationship, your marriage. Don't go and say yes to somebody and marry the person before you discover yourself. There are parts of you that you don't know. You are becoming, you are evolving. If someone had told me 10 years ago that I was going to do what I was doing today, I wouldn't even believe. I didn't even believe I had the stamina to do it. I was always sickly in secondary school. When you want to write exam, any extra stress, I'll just fall sick. Any extra stress, I'll just fall sick. So I didn't even think. I just wanted to be somewhere calm and just do my thing. But you see, you will grow, you will evolve, your capacity will be built, and you will begin to have burning desires. Tech Up Girls have changed you. It has sown a seed in you. You might not know how much, but very soon. Actually, for those that were committed, those that select all the coaching calls, it has sown a seed in you. And so you don't want to go into something and then you find out 3 years, 5 years down the line that it's like I entered one chance. So this person is good, but it might not be good for me. He's not letting my fire burn. I feel trapped. I marriage is beautiful. I'm still going to get married again. I also believe in getting married early. It's not a bad thing. The only issue with my own is that I just married the wrong person. I always say it, I don't regret that I married early. It was just the wrong person. So marriage is good. But whatever it will cost you, invest in knowing yourself. Invest in knowing yourself. Because if you don't know yourself, how can you choose? How can you choose? Eh? How can you choose? Invest in knowing yourself. Invest in knowing yourself. Like I've paid for 3 personality assessment checks, not small money. Like I paid in naira, I've paid in dollars. I've paid for coaches. Oh my God. The first investment you should make in yourself when you're investing is in yourself before you start going and investing in crypto. Invest in crypto, but invest in yourself. Know yourself. If you have to ask other people to help you know yourself, know yourself. If you have to pay to be coached or mentored, pay for it. If you cannot pay, go and sleep on YouTube. Because why I'm saying sleep on YouTube, because it might not you might not get the right videos. You might have to have watched 100 before you get the right one. So if you can't do, or go and check blog posts, know yourself. When you know yourself, you'll be able to make informed decisions, not sentimental and emotional decisions. That, oh, I'm getting old. He has money. He will take care of my siblings. He has sense. He's a Christian. He's a good brother. Good is not enough, oh. Except you just want to live a normal life. Hey, I've seen people that marry Christian brother. Hey, oh my God. Let's always talk about relationship, my romantic relationship. If I talk about that one now, I always try to avoid giving people advice about romance and marriage. I've had my first share, trust me. And anything I'm telling you, I'm not telling from book, I'm telling you from experience. Don't choose your future before you discover yourself. Know yourself. Don't be in a rush. If he really loves you, you should wait. You should wait, discover yourself. You can date, you can be friends, but get to know yourself and get to find out if your values align. I met a guy not too long who really liked me, heads over heels, and somebody that I'm sure many girls will really drool over. And I told him no. And he could not even believe that I said no, because if you know the kind of questions I asked him, like he was on hot seat. So he was shocked that I said no. And I said, you're an amazing guy. Like if I literally put you out there now, people will literally drool. But you're not for me. Why? He believes that a wife cooking for her husband creates bonding for the family. That's what he believes. He also believes that you marry because you want to raise godly seeds, you want to have kids that you raise for God, which is fine, right? But you see, on my vision board, the woman I'm going to become a global citizen. And I'm going to be touring the world. This is not the woman you see that will be cooking for you every day. I'm doing breakfast in bed. It's not me. Oh. Even now, me, I don't used to cook. It's even my son that is the only one I used to do this thing for. And that one self, sometimes I can cook for the whole week and put it in the freezer and just microwave. I know it's to cook, oh. It's not my strength. It's not like I cannot cook, but I'm not a domesticated woman, oh. So this one is already saying the food is a way to bring the family together. My wife must cook my food. It's a beautiful thing. And the funny thing is that you'll be saying it stylishly. It will look beautiful. But because I know myself, I know that I have been called to the continents of the world. I know that I'm going to be going through Africa. Somebody cannot come and tell me you cannot travel. Who is going to cook my food? I want to eat warm food. Me? Who? Some ladies, that's what they are wired for, which is not bad. It's not bad though. Please don't get me wrong. It's not bad. It's just not for me. Our children. I have a son and I desire to have more children, but I'm not going to marry with any of that pressure. When I marry, maybe for the next 2 years, I don't want to have children. Let me rest first. Then I will now, before I have children, you have to plan it, and there are a lot of factors to consider in having children. God is there. These are things you cannot plan. So I said, no, I'm a global excellence. I already have many daughters through Tech Up Girls, then plenty. I'm not going to cook. You can't find me cooking. So if that's what you want, and I see that these things are important to you, so I respect them. I cannot do because you're nice and you're sweet, and I go and marry you, and tomorrow I'll feel trapped. I will not say, somebody will not say, but this guy is nice, oh, this guy has made sacrifice for you. So you cannot even just sacrifice to cook for him just to keep your home. I don't want to hear that kind of story. So I cook myself from the beginning. Sure. I'm sorry. I say no. You're a very nice person. And I have many girls. Should I introduce them to you? They will be so happy, oh, and you're even fine on top. But it's not for me. Hmm. So that is me. So please know yourself. If I don't know myself, maybe I would have been saying, oh, it's true. In marriage, you will compromise. Maybe, you know, I know myself. I know very well. I know where I'm going. I know the kind of work I will do. There's some kind of opportunities that come, no matter how much they're paying, I'll not apply. But I did not just know it. It did not just happen on me. It was a process. It was a process. Invest in knowing yourself. Don't choose your future before you know yourself so that you can choose right. They might be good, but they might not be good for you. They might be good, but they might not be good for you. All of you that are saying, is it a maid you want or a wife? Food is not a bad thing. Oh. Some people really love cooking. Oh. Some ladies love cooking. They can even monetize it. Oh. Like that is their habit. They will cook for their husband every morning to go to work. Like it's just they just love it. Oh. It's not a bad thing. Oh. This is just excellence as she is. This is my own. It doesn't make me a bad person. And if you that you want it or you that are cooking every day, it doesn't mean you're a superior wife material than me. I'm also a good wife material. If you like, take it or leave it. That is me. I'm a wife material. Maybe not for you, but for somebody else. It is what it is, right? So please get to know yourself. Don't be in a hurry. um it's not about all the glamour, all the dancing, all the wedding. After the wedding there's marriage, and it's from yourself you're going to pour into your children. And I think you owe them a lot. I think you owe them living your best life. I think you owe them being all that you can be. Don't limit yourself. When you're not married, you have the opportunity to try out a lot of things. For example, I pierced my nose for a few months. I removed it. Last year, I went to pierce it again. I've removed it now. In fact, I was trying to put it back 2 days ago. I realized that it has closed. I did not do it again. I was telling myself the other day that I want to lock my hair. I've dyed my hair gold. I've dyed it red. If I was married, I cannot be doing all those things. I cannot wake up and go and do that because I believe in submission. So I have to so that what do you think? And if he says he doesn't like it, me too, I'll have to reconsider. Right. So yes, there are some guys that just allow you to do things, but it doesn't always come like that. Sometimes it might just not be their strength. So you can't say you can't be married and you're changing job every second, or you work with special and you resign. Your husband will be like, you're not serious, you don't want to help yourself, you don't want to help me. Or children start coming and there are a lot of demands. And so in as much as you don't like that job, like that lady that said the boss is verbally abusing her, if she's married and she has kids and she has to pay school fees, sorry, my internet twitched a bit. um Sorry, my internet went off, so I had to change my Wi-Fi. But when you're not married, you can make some decisions and the consequences will be on you alone. But when you start having kids, when you start having a husband, if you make a wrong decision, the consequence will not be only on you, it will also be on your spouse and on your children. And so you want to be careful because the consequences is not just you. So please choose right. If I continue talking, we'll not end today. Just know that don't choose your future before you discover yourself. Just know I said that to you. Um, in Zali, the 30 days challenge, the intensity of the task, what you intended to do will not take you more than an hour every day, to be very honest. What I need you to do, what I will tell you to do. However, remember that you are attracting clients. So when you get these clients, you're going to do their work, Abby. You're going to engage with them. Sometimes before a client closes a deal with you, they will ask you like 50 questions. And you cannot say, Madam, hurry up now. No, you have to be answering the questions until you're able to close the deal, right? So you're putting yourself out there and then they're coming to you. And when they close the deal, you also need time to, if they ask, if you, the job you get is maybe they say do a 30 days design for my social media. That 30 days, it might take you a while to finish it. Do you understand? You might need 2 or 3 days to sit down and be doing the design. So if you get plenty clients and people coming to you and you're not doing their job, they won't give you good review and it might really affect your business in the future. Do you see why I said it might be intensive? Because you're promoting, but you're also doing the job. So the first week might be a little bit light, but it depends on the kind of people you have. You'll see that one of the things you're also going to be doing on the on in the challenge is to be sanitizing your network. Some of you, the kind of people you have on your contact list, you need to change them based on where you're going or what you want to do. All right. So it's just what it's about. So in an hour or less, you might be able to finish the task, or you might be need to study more about what you're doing so that you can be better and you can charge better. I don't know if you understand. So the intensity is relative. Maybe I should do a live on this much later on my Instagram page. I really hope you follow me on Instagram already. Um I will do a live on that so that you can understand that. Anyway, you people like gist. Kai! All of you. See gist. I'm not just saying again, Joe. I want to go and sleep. It's been nice chatting with you all. Um, Glover, this your question. If you can't join the session for next, I don't know if there'll be a next one. My schedule can be unpredictable, so I don't know if there'll be a next one. Come say hi to my people. Here's
Hi.
my son, Dunamis. Say hi.
Hi.
Good evening. So he also wants to sleep, and so he's here. So we have to say goodbye to you guys tonight. Um, bye.
Bye.
Good night. Good night, everyone. He'll be 7 next month. See, I have a big boy as my son. It's not easy. Mwah. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you all of you. I think we've just said enough. Let's do this again some other time. Please don't forget to be in the next week coaching call. It's the last one. Even if you've gotten your certificate, it will really help you. All right. So thanks, guys, and bye bye.